Well, disrespecting the dead, that's what some say is happening at one mountain cemetery.
News 13's Karen Wynn shows us some of the issues family members say are making their gravesite visits more painful than ever.
This is the veterans area at the Pisgah View Memorial Cemetery, and you can see how tattered and faded some of the flags are. People with loved ones buried here say it's one of the many issues at this cemetery.
But most of the time you come through here and you just have to feel your way.
Darlene Oliver cannot walk well. She holds on to her brother James Warren as they make a painful and tricky trek to their parents' grave. We saw numerous headstones sunken several inches into the ground. Some were covered with grass, making them unreadable. Several flower vases were overturned, and one headstone was just sitting in a wagon.
It's a disgrace. It's disrespectful to the people that is buried here and their families.
The brother and sister say the unkempt graves are especially painful, remembering how their parents, John and Mary Irene Warren, were.
We grew up poor, but we had love. But our mom and dad worked hard and paid for these graves, you know, for them to be just unkept.
Darlene says her mom visited her dad's grave every 2 weeks for 40 years before she died in 2010 with one wish.
She says, please make sure that flowers are kept on your dad's grave.
The previous people who ran the cemetery were here for 50-some years, and when they died, then the board of directors had to step in and try to manage it. So we're working to find the best solution we can.
Cheryl Duckett's an accountant working with the cemetery's board of directors, including the deceased owner's son, Kyle Travis. Off camera, he tells News 13 he's done hundreds of hours of free work to improve Pisgah View, including putting in this walkway. And complaints like Darlene's and James are taken seriously.
There is, you know, a time factor involved. We can't solve everybody's problems the first minute, but we are very serious about, we keep extensive notes on their complaint.
Duckett and Travis are working with the State Cemetery Commission to improve the situation. They point out other parts of the cemetery are better kept up. Now back to those very faded and tattered flags in the veterans area. Travis says they're actually less than a year old, but because of all the rain we had this year, they faded out pretty quickly. And Travis says he is going to meet once again with the Cemetery Commission later on in the month. In Candler, I'm Karen Wynn, News 13.